What's wrong?
I'm fine. Why?
Keep looking over your shoulder.
What if that guy did this to your car?
What guy? The clown? Do you really think someone slashed my tires?
Well, he knows this is your car. He saw us getting into it earlier.
Hey, handsome!
Cut it out.
My friend wants your number.
Kill you.
Look, that guy was harmless. He was just some douchebag in a costume acting like a retard because it's Halloween.
Okay, Terrifier, written and directed by Damien Leone. I guess this character had his debut in a movie called, was it The Hallows?
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve, thank you. I haven't seen that particular movie, but it does not have a great reputation. The only thing memorable about it was the segment about the clown, I guess, or so it is told. This is a weird one for me because I absolutely 100% appreciate the aesthetic that they have in this movie. Like, they're really going for a grimy, go for broke, unapologetic, retro 80s, 70s, like, meat grinder of a movie. And they're unapologetic. And in this age of everybody being so squeamish about content, it was weirdly refreshing to watch somebody clearly not give a fuck about stepping on anyone's toes. And I do appreciate that. And I've heard a lot of people talking about Art the Clown as being this new huge figure for the horror. You know, he's going to take his place among the Freddy Kruegers and the Jasons. And as much as I'm into the image of the killer clown and like I'm behind what they're going for, I still think the jury is out for me a little bit on Art the Clown as the institution. We were talking about before we did this review about the more we find out about certain characters, the less frightening they become.
Yeah.
Art the Clown is, at the end of this movie, still a complete mystery to us. Like, we don't know anything about it. And is that a problem, I guess, is the thing? And going forward, like, do we want to know more about him? Or like, if it feels like they painted themselves into a box. Because if it just becomes sequel after sequel of him cutting naked chicks in half, then it sort of becomes the thing that it's kind of winking at. But
I mean, I'll still buy it on Blu-ray.
We'll still watch and talk about every entry. But if it goes the other way and starts exploring Art the Clown and why he is what he is and what his wants and desires are and what his weaknesses are, will he be scary anymore? I mean, can we get anything beyond these 84 minutes? I will give a sort of conditional is what it is thumbs up for this like over the top delirious 84-minute killer clown movie because I wanted to watch a killer clown movie and this was a killer clown movie.
Is it ever?
But I'm wondering what kind of longevity it will have. I mean, the jury's still out.
See, I'm going to start by saying this film had me from the very start.
Okay.
I had heard a lot about it before I had seen it. As far as there's this horror Facebook group of people were talking about it, and I wanted to see it, and there's no way I could see it at all. And then somebody posted, "Hey, Terrifier's on Netflix now," and I'm like, "What? That doesn't sound like something Netflix would have." I thought it was a joke, and then sure enough, there it was. So I was pretty excited to finally see this movie I'd heard so much about from horror people that I kind of trusted. So I was happy in that way that it was available for me to see. And like you said, that old school vibe, I just loved it. And it's grisly, and you're right though. I think Terrifier 2 right now is in production, I believe, or they're finishing it or something. But my fear is also that they try and explain too much. It's best for Art the Clown not to make too much sense, but yet I guess you do have to have a little bit more than.
Where do you go with it is the question.
Yeah.
But I mean, someone could say the same thing about Friday the 13th. How could you possibly have 12 Friday the 13th movies? And again, by the way, make another one. Why are there 12 Friday the 13th movies, damn it? Uh, so, yeah, these women are out on a night in the town and they encounter a clown. And originally, they just think he's funny and they actually pose with pictures for him. And it's not sure. Sorry?
Just the one girl. Just the one girl thinks it's funny. The other one is creeped out from the moment she sees him.
Yeah. He's just way too still and way too stoic, and he never says a word. And there's just something menacing about his presence right away. And we know what movie we're watching. And so, yeah. But did they select him by interacting with him, or had he already selected them? What are the rules to this world, and does it matter? In the end, it pays off with the gore, and there's some good suspense scenes. But again, if somebody was to say this was just mindless, pointless violence, I would have a hard time defending it.
It is, because that's what some people complain about, is there's not a lot of character development, no story really, and I kind of nod and agree and say, yeah, there's not, but there's films that have story. If you want one, go see one of those. But every now and then, you just want to see a mindless slasher film. Not everybody, but every now and then, that's kind of what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes you want something deeper substance, and sometimes you want a crazy, demonic, scary-looking clown. I mean, this art character, he's probably one of the most terrifying, kind of creepy villains I've seen in a long time. Just something about that face and that grin with his teeth are black and red. And
you get the feeling like he just absolutely loves what he is doing. He could not be happier about it.
It's like they wanted to make this 84 minutes of just terror, and that's all they wanted to do, it seems.
The acting, was it deliberately a little bit off-center? Do you think they cast it deliberately or told the actors to be a little bit B-movie in their presentation?
I don't know. I don't know if they did.
I don't know either. And again, I don't know if that's a win or a loss for the movie. If I thought they were doing it on purpose, I would say points for paying that much attention. But I suspect that maybe it was just them making do with whatever actor they could get their hands on.
Well, are you talking about the girls especially? Or?
The girls, and there's that one victim handyman guy who's a little bit awkward.
Yeah, he was, yeah. Because the clown, David Thornton, I think he does an amazing job as somebody that doesn't speak. Just the body language, the way he carries his grin, the way he walks, his head movements. He does a phenomenal job.
Look, I have actually taken a course in clowning. Okay, this is the kind of life that I have led, and
like baskets?
Clowning. He actually does, in presentation, do a lot of sort of traditional vaudevillian clown work. It I appreciate it. I mean, he's obviously using it in the services of intimidation, and there is that level. Like the clown is sort of trying to engage. You know, there's an aggressive aspect, even if a clown's trying to make you laugh. He's getting in your face a little bit, right? And
yeah, they're still unnerving.
Yeah, and this guy makes a point of like leaning in on that. Oh, I'm going to get in your face and in your guts, and I'm going to have a great time doing it. This retro aesthetic that the movie does really well is one of these things that's, I thought it was a fad that was going on, that I think I keep on thinking it's going to go away, but like, we genuinely do seem to worship this late 70s, early 80s aesthetic. Like, we keep going back to it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Like, newer generations are rediscovering it, not on the basis of nostalgia, presumably, but on the basis of, I don't know, just the strange tactile aesthetic of it.
Yeah, fair enough. Same way that, would House of the Devil be as interesting a film if it didn't feel like it came right from 1975?
Yeah, no, it's like the deformed twin of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right?
Yeah. And So as we were kind of talking about not a lot of character development, I wonder, in a movie like this, though, is that really an important aspect? Would you really have cared more about these girls getting away if you knew about their backstories?
Well,
or is it good enough to know that hey, they don't deserve this? I hope they get away. I don't think they deserve to be shot in half.
The movie just knows that it's about Art killing them, and I honestly don't think there was anything they could do. I think the second that Art decided he was going to kill them, they were fucked. I didn't see any way that they could stop Art. And it's funny how, like, the movie celebrates its subversion. When our survival chick doesn't just get killed, but she gets shot in the fucking face. Repeatedly. Repeatedly. In a close-up shot. The first shot goes off and you're like, did that just happen? Are we real? And then the second and the third and the fourth. Okay, yeah, no, she is done. From that point on in the movie, like...
And you still got 40 minutes to go.
Exactly. But I do think that's the moment that the suspense in the movie died for me. There was some suspense from her hiding from Art and being chased around the car lot. But at that point, it was just... Art's going to kill whoever he comes across, and that's the joy that I can get out of this movie. Like where I started with the review is how much legs this will have, I don't know. I mean, I had fun watching it, but I'm thinking it's maybe a 3-star movie, and it's getting 4 or 5-star treatment.
Yeah, maybe. It's probably a 3-star movie that I enjoy to a 4-star level.
That's allowed, man.
And the character you're referring to, that's Tara. She was played by Jenna Kennel.
Okay.
I believe Kennel or Kennel. Anyway, I thought she was well as far as a character. She gave off kind of, I thought, a lot of Nev Campbell kind of vibes, I thought. I'm not sure if the appearance was similar or just the character or something. That's just what I was thinking. But no, I did think she was good.
She had moxie, she was easy to cheer for, and yeah, again, once that turning point in the film happens, I feel like the movie was out of surprises. Still more fun to watch. You're going to still see Art do his intimidating Art the Clown thing, but there was nothing more to be discovered for the rest of the movie. And I'm wondering going forward what they do. Again, are we going to learn more about Art, and will that make Art less scary? Or will we just make this movie again and again and again? I don't know.
I believe after that, you still get one of the best beheading scenes I've seen as well. That was well done. And
special effects. Like I haven't said fairly enough. The special effects works in this movie, and the gore and the red. Like if you're in it for the teeth and tissue, no. If you want to see good prosthetic, traditional, gross out effects, absolutely full-blooded endorsement of this film.
I watch a lot of disgusting things as well, and 37 minutes into this movie, you get a scene which I don't even want to describe, but if you've seen the movie, you know about the scene, and it's so gruesome. I even have almost a hard time watching that. Where I'm like, "Jeez," I kind of turn a little bit away for a second. Gee, wow.
I don't know what she could have possibly. What could she possibly have done to deserve such a terrible fate?
And then Art takes a selfie with her afterwards.
Yeah.
That was just the punchline.
And yeah, the macabre humor. I could see this taking a really drastic Freddy Krueger turn in future movies too, eh?
It could. I mean, we're not going to hear Art tell jokes. That's one thing he does. He stays silent. Even when he gets punched, he mimes that he's screaming, but not a sound comes out of him. But it's an interesting film. This should not be anybody's first horror film.
No.
Start somewhere else if you want to say, yeah, maybe I like horror. I don't know. Let's check this movie out. No, don't do that. But if you like that kind of stuff, then you'll probably like it.
Yeah,
but,
I would say hardcore horror fans only need apply.
Definitely.
Good enough?
Cool.